for you. I'm still searching for you. From dirt to the sky, I'm still searching for you. 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 I'm still from dirt to the sky. I'm still searching for you.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
You disgust me.
Who gives a shit?
Go on.
I made it the fuck up. I did. I did. I did. I did. I did. It's glorious. And I run. Just for fun, 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 just for fun. Just for fun, just for fun,
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
just for fun, 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 just for fun.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. It's so good to see everyone. All one of you who is tuned in.
Yeah!
Hey, it's Violence Solves Everything. Hey, our first guest of the night is Violence Solves Everything. Yay! All right. Okay, so I got a stacked panel tonight. In fact, here we go. Boom! Here's the last brick of my stack with Irie's Chronicles.
We're all bricked up.
We're all bricked up. All right, I'm going to move around a few people here so that it looks a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Now we have much better representation now. See, we got the black guy on one end, we got the Mexican, and we got the Indian on the other, and all the other guys are white. So it should
It's
work
United
out.
Nations in here.
Yes, it is. It is. If we'd had
We're all
like Ash and
separated
some
but
other people,
equal.
huh? Yeah.
We're all separate but equal.
Yes, we're all separate but
I'm a
equal.
Dark Lord, so I'm not equal to anyone here.
How you guys doing tonight?
I
Doing great,
can't
man.
stop
Good.
staring at the snow.
Aries is like, this is gonna be a long one. Let me open the beer. Two
Yep.
or three.
No beer for me.
All right, guys. So I got something really quick to chop up, and I hope we're going to really enjoy it. And hey, lovely Sherry, so good to see you.
I just realized why the snow's not piling up on his shoulders or hat. Because
Huh?
it's computer generated.
Yeah, it's
No,
a
I'm
gift.
just hot.
I need to get my shit together here.
He lives close to Detroit, man. He lives near Michigan or in Michigan, so it's like, you know,
Might be a little more wasted than I thought I was.
you're fine.
Mitten centric.
Yep. So they have actual snow up there.
Well,
But anyway.
not right now. But
Oh, really?
yeah, it was like 40 today.
Oh, wow.
It's been a warm
Very
winter
warm
out through
winter,
the
yeah.
center.
It has been.
and they're talking about another little bit of a heat wave coming through.
Oh, wonderful. Maybe we're not going to get any snow this year.
I don't approve. I want my polar vortex back.
I too wish your polar vortex back because, that knocked out work for a week for me. All right. Greg, are you alive? You haven't said anything.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can't
Yep.
now.
Yes, he said no beer for him.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cut off.
1 year sober, dude. Good job, man.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. See, I read your posts.
Yes, you do. You like them, too. You like my guts, Badger?
I do.
He's
I,
badass.
yes, he is. All right. So, my favorite show on cable right now on streaming is on Paramount Plus, which I wouldn't have gotten. I wouldn't have gotten Paramount Plus because I hate Star Trek, but I really enjoyed Yellowstone.
Wait
And
till you get to the ending.
I haven't seen the ending.
Don't spoil it for me yet. I haven't
Yeah.
seen the season yet.
I
I
haven't seen the
How it
season.
works. Okay, yeah, me neither. Okay, all right.
But 1883 was so damn good. That was the best shit. I mean, seriously. Tulsa King is not bad. The second season was a little bit,
Yeah.
but
I'm enjoying Tracker. I'm not gonna lie.
Have-
It caught me by surprise. It's been
I
decent.
haven't seen Tracker. But my favorite show right now is Landman.
Oh, is that good?
Oh God, yeah, it's good.
Ooh, okay.
You live in Texas. You have to watch it.
I mean, I don't want the bad representation because Tulsa King that's not like Tulsa at all. I used to live there. Like
No,
Tulsa King is like that's out near there. But if Landman's what you say it is, I'll check it out.
No, man. Yeah, I used to live in Midland, and
Okay.
yeah, so because my dad worked oil, so he had a place out in Odessa.
Yeah.
And-
yeah.
Yeah, so we got to experience what working oil was like. From a family perspective, pretty tight. And this show is really good.
Okay.
I wish he'd been alive to be able to watch it, but anyway, this is a clip that aired not this week but last week, or I think maybe the week before. Really, is episode 4. And we are going to have to chop it up a little bit so that we don't get copyright claimed. So we'll have to pause and discuss quite a bit. So
Sorry, guys.
Just-
Something came up. I gotta get going later.
Schnotsky, you okay?
All right.
I hope everything's okay.
Hope it's all good, man.
What you
Yeah,
gotta do.
we needed you today because we have writing stuff, but okay. All right, well, let me jump into this. So here we go. Yeah, as you can see, Landman, Paramount Plus. Yeah, this is actually off their official YouTube channel. So
No. Okay.
this isn't really the good part here, but we're getting there.
But I like my Airwolf.
Kinda. I missed that show. It was pretty good, actually.
Is that the one where he turns into a werewolf?
No, Jan Michael Vincent is like a helicopter pilot for the super duper experimental badass helicopter that has turbo boost and machine guns and missiles and shit.
But somehow never kills anybody in its entire run.
Airwolf killed people. Blue Thunder, I think, was the one that didn't.
One of them was like the wussiest shit ever when you watch it on TV.
Yeah, because they did the Blue Thunder show, and that had a helicopter in it too, but it was a police helicopter, and somehow it never managed to kill anybody despite having a Vulcan on it.
Yeah, and firing missiles and shit.
Yeah.
I think one was a Cobra and one wished it was an Apache.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But anyway, here's where we're getting to the meat and potatoes. So this guy is Monty. He's like the exec guy behind the big oil company in the show, and
He
he's
looks like
going
he
to
sells
a meeting.
people's children.
He what?
He looks like he sells people's children.
Well, it's oil,
He looks like he could be the governor of California.
kinda. It's John Hamm.
We should make him the governor of North Mexico,
Yeah, there you go. What, Texas?
Canada.
No, little,
Oh.
yeah.
No.
Trudy.
Fruity. So he's going to a board meeting.
Okay. One thing.
What?
She is walking near those rotors with that hairdo.
That's,
Part of me wants
yeah.
to see the rotors snatch her fucking weave and fling her off the building.
Oh, don't worry.
That
Don't worry. Just the weave going away.
that shit caught my
It-
weave, ripped my whole shit off.
It's gonna
yeah, I would not have worked that. Yeah, it's close.
it's gonna wind up looking like when they would throw the octopuses on the hockey rink with the Red Wings.
It's way too close. Wow.
Combustion engine regulation so much as it is the...
It's not a concern, Bob?
It's not the concern. I mean, 60%
Oh,
of
I
American
love this
electricity still comes from fossil fuels, 39.8 from natural
It's
gas
harder.
alone, and that number is climbing. Now, nuclear, that's maxed out.
Toby.
Unless they build more reactors, and that's not going to happen. Nuclear is not an option for climate change advocates, even though it's our cleanest and most reliable form of energy. Wind is twice as expensive as natural gas, and solar 4 times as expensive. Plus, on its
Did they give
Yeah.
him a scar?
The what?
Did they give him that scar, like the bulging vein off the side of his head?
No, I think that's actually the way that actor's face looks.
Yeah.
But what I like is the numbers on this show are actually pretty accurate. I mean, they don't necessarily try to argue for oil, but they just kind of like lay it down like, hey, guess what? You need oil, and there ain't no getting rid of it. And I think it was funny because it's like one of the things that encouraged me to want to go ahead and do this one today was the fact that Raltz actually found a post of this guy who was making fun of Greta Thunberg.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was an
That has to be read out loud on the channel.
we will. I'll find it and read it because yeah, it was funny. Yeah, how dare you? But you know, I'm not a climate change activist of any sort. I mean, I would love it if if the entire world could go green or find an alternative energy source or
We did.
do
We found
something.
it. It's called nuclear power.
yeah. I mean, of course, people hear about a couple of disasters with a nuclear generator and they're like, oh no.
They spent the 70s and 80s poisoning that fucking well.
Yeah, they did. Who do you think probably did that?
Honestly, the Russians did it.
Yeah, that's true.
Nuclear.
best day of the year, a solar power plant generates electricity for about 8 hours. All our electric vehicles are doing is exporting their emissions to the power plant. Our greatest potential for growth is in exports.
That's an interesting idea. The fact that this is probably happening right now is the fact that we are probably trying to export a lot of our oil interests and energy interests to other countries because, a lot of countries are dependent on alternate energy sources now too because, Spain is talking about their huge ass, what do you call them, mirror farms that, can get all the solar panels, and so many of those other countries are kind of really worried about the whole, Ukraine and Russia thing because all the gas pipelines come through the Ukraine, and most of those countries, especially Germany, are like really reliant on that.
Here's something. Could you imagine if Mexico built nuclear power plants to the point that they could keep America energy solvent?
I mean,
They could write their own checks.
It would be a better investment than the drugs.
We would like some uranium, senor.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You really want uranium capable, nuclear powered, fissionable uranium in the hands of drug lords?
It already is.
Oh well, there you go.
Close, yeah.
Yeah, they probably got some yellow cake too.
China only consumes 14% of the world's petroleum reserves. India is at 4.9%. Russia, a little over 3%. We feel that our lobbyists' focus should be on easing the regulations on exports. Our LNG exports to Europe last year climbed to 64% of total.
Now, obviously, this guy is giving you some figures and stuff like that to kind of just set this up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we got the guy on the other side over here. I believe Raltz likes to call them, what is that, fog goblins?
Yes.
But,
Fog goblin.
fog goblins.
Look at I'm eating fog goblin. Get the fuck off my timeline.
But yeah, the UK response to it is pretty crazy, but kind of expected when you know.
Sports, excuse me, if I may. What you're not seeing in the States is this rabid opposition
Oh, he's British.
to fossil fuels of any
Yeah, that's what
kind,
we're
to their
saying. He's a fog goblin.
I didn't get that. I didn't. Oh, I didn't get it. Now I get it.
Yeah.
use to their extraction.
38% of the UK's electricity came from natural gas piped in from Norway. Steve.
Ah.
Action bench.
Bing.
Talking lots of shit there, Fog Goblin. It'd be a shame if someone looked at the fucking stats.
But 1/4 is from wind, which I agree is unreliable and expensive. But, and this isn't important, but
Steve, energy consumption is not a social issue.
the hell it's
Yeah,
No,
we already looked at wind last time and how wonderfully green that is.
I love just how green it is when everything used in it cannot be recycled.
Well, not
Those
only that,
blades just get buried in the fucking desert.
yeah. There's that, and there's the fact that for all the oil it takes to build one of those things, it won't give you back enough energy and have a smaller carbon footprint than
You want to know?
burning
You want to know
oil.
what the worst part of it is?
Hmm?
Is the concrete pad it sits on.
Yeah, it's like what 400 feet down.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. We've got those over here. And hey, Greg, and Ego could tell you too. It's like you see those damn things all over the place, and it's the oil companies who are building them to power up their wells because they're off the grid and they don't have any electricity out there.
Yes. Yeah. When I used to drive to Corpus Christi, there'd be plenty of them out there for that. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yes.
But of course, as soon as Google and Microsoft are like, we need stable electricity after fucking the power grid into the fucking ground for 20 years, can we have nukes? And the government goes, sure, you can have privately owned nuclear reactors. You unbelievable, colossal dick suckers. Because Microsoft and Google had led the way to fucking the energy grid on the West Coast into the fucking ground in the name of making purple-headed fucking weirdo bitches feel good. In hopes they could get a hand job. They got rid of the dams. They got rid of the nuclear power plants. I'll say it however I fucking want. If I'm saying it wrong, suck my fucking dick. Suck my nuclear fucking dick. They got rid of everything. And now, we don't have the power for our AI that's mainly used to produce masturbatory aids in the form of really weird pictures. So can we have nukes? Fuck you, go away.
Disney was at one point supposed to be able to build nuclear power plants, and that they don't got that right no more either.
In the theme park.
Can you imagine a nuclear powered theme park though? Woo! Mommy, how come the ride won't stop?
Yeah, shit.
I'm still waiting for them to hook up a couple of cables to Tolkien's grave as he spins in it.
No.
Oh, no shit.
Bones.
Yeah, they can't. They can't destroy him any worse. I want to get some.
Oh yes, they can. Oh yes, they can.
Oh, that's true. They can always do worse.
Wait till they just show us at the final episodes of the Rings of Power that Sadriel has a fucking penis.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Didn't GameSpot make list the Rings of Power season 2 as the best show of the year?
Yes.
We know who the shills are.
And you guys saw the tweet preview about the new Narnia show on Netflix. We don't have to talk about that right now, but do you know what I'm talking about?
They are furiously masturbating over the fact that they're going to be able to take a Christian work and shit all over it.
They'll try.
God out of it.
Oh yeah, they will try because gotta take God out of everything.
It's a new version. It's all about rock and roll, is what the
and it's not for you.
Yeah.
Well, then it's not for my fucking paycheck either.
Yeah. Well, I guess Ego can watch it, right? Because it'll be for him, right?
I'm not watching that shit. That sounds terrible. What show is this for? What?
Narnia.
It's for Narnia. I saw the first movie. I get it. I went to a Christian school and everyone was tits over balls about C.S. Lewis and Tolkien, so I don't really watch Lord of the Rings that much, if that. because of that. But I get it. If that's the state of things, I'm still not gonna watch it. But I got my reasons.
Now let's continue a little bit.
It's not. It's deeply social. And we must endeavor ourselves to educate the world about our commitment to cleaner
Steve,
energy.
will you shut the fuck up? My God, this is why I don't come to these things.
This is the voice of reason.
Yeah.
I like how the British guy was pounding the table with emphasis.
Man, nobody gives a fuck, Lime. You fuck back off to your fucking shitty ass fucking island.
The only people we care about less than them are Canadians.
Oh. Americans. Oh, what's this? To summarize, Nista spent $5 billion to install 5 windmills for power, 4 of which failed. Nista sued everyone and lost. Too much wind off the lake killed the unit. Wow.
You have too much wind? I didn't do that. Okay.
Jeez.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, well, it's like they're always saying, how is wind not clean? I'm just like, okay, well, let's see how well you do without any oil to lubricate the fucking blade.
I do that. That's Jesus Christ.
I'd hate to be the guy who has to climb up there and squirt oil into that thing.
Isn't there hazard pay like $20,000 a month for that?
I don't know, but it's got to be good. But you know what? They're importing a lot of people because when they were setting up all the windmills here in our town, they had guys coming into Best Buy and buying all their shit all the time. And I had a friend who worked there, and he said,
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, he said all those guys they brought in to work on the windmills are all Norwegians.
I
believe it.
So
interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, here's where John Hamm loses his shit, and it's really funny.
Y'all have been in so many shareholder meetings, you forgot what it is we actually do for a living. We are well diggers. We don't, nor can we ever control how our product is used or what it is used for. There's nothing I can do to make an engine run cleaner because I don't build fucking engines.
I mean,
he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. That's what I like about this is the fact that they give you the facts about the stuff, and they don't try to really sugarcoat it. They're just kind of like trying to tell you, like, look, man, this is kind of how it is. We're dependent on this shit whether we want it or not. We got to have it. Right. I mean, the show is good in and of itself anyway, but that it includes stuff like this is so contra to a lot of the green energy type propaganda shows that we keep catching.
Mm-hmm.
How they always keep trying to, send out one fantasy series or whatever after another and show, the destructive nature of man. Just like
turns out the real monster was man all along.
Yeah.
I'm going to punch you in the fucking junk.
Which is why
I zoned out for a few minutes here, but I came back to that.
Oh, that's just 50% of all zombie shows are man is the real enemy all along, and I want to fucking blow my brains out.
Yeah.
I love Left 4 Dead. Somebody wrote that on the wall, and every other fucking comment on the wall is mocking them with shit like, no, I think it's the zombies, asshole. I hope you were eaten.
I missed that game. It's too bad Gabe can't count to 3, but hey, he's got $10 billion, so why does he care?
And he is the last. He is the last bastion holding everything back.
All the game producers are like bowing to Steam. It's just like we're getting the Last of Us Part 2 on Steam now.
I'm so eager not to buy that one.
Before you hate on Gabe Newell, I want you to think of one thing. When he dies, whoever gets the company is going to break their feet off running over to fuck you in your ass for the rest of eternity.
This is also true.
They've got tech now that can detect if you're using mods so that they can shut down your game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
It's true. And if they don't like your mod.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I heard something about some mods for Marvel Legends or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There's mods for everything out there, and most of them just involve seeing the chicks naked. But
They all also involve giving the characters bigger tits, even the dudes.
Yeah, even the dudes.
Hilarious.
Anyway,
Yeah, what does the Punisher need? Bigger tits, bigger guns.
Bigger guns anyway. All right,
Bigger
let's hear
tits,
the rest.
bigger pecs, bigger guns.
Give those chicks a peck or two.
Yeah.
Oh god, equal opportunity dicks.
And make sure it drags on the ground behind her when she
California
runs.
says about electric vehicles. I don't care how many career college students block London traffic or spray paint a fucking sculpture. I care that the price of oil stays between $76 and $88 a barrel. That is what we should be discussing. The world has already convinced itself that you are evil and I am evil for providing them the one fucking thing they interact with every day, and they will not be convinced otherwise. Stop wasting your time. Stop fucking wasting mine.
Yep.
I like it.
I mean, it's true. I mean, hey, Dave C.
Look at how the Vimy recoils in the face of truth.
Because it is true. I mean, it's like, you know, if we had a better alternative energy source, you know, the companies that control oil would be springing up like instantly to, you know, take control of that and start putting it into place.
If we had a better alternative energy source, we still wouldn't use it.
Well, we'd probably use up all the oil first, but although would we really have to? Because it's like, you know, the oil is good for so many other things too, like, you know, plastics and lubricants and all the other good shit that you can do with it.
There would be chances that it causes cancer in laboratory mice under specifically weird circumstances involving sunspots and masturbation, according to California, and they would stop using that fucking power source.
Probably right. I mean,
this might cause hair follicles to fall out, according to the state of California.
yeah, I've been seeing all that labeling on the packages. This could cause cancer, according to the state of California. I'm like, okay, well, you know, so either you get it or you don't. So I don't really know of any preventative measure. The only preventative measure I know of to prevent cancer is don't walk near any nuclear shit.
I know another one died.
No, the truth is, rule one: don't. Just don't. Doesn't matter what you're gonna do. Everything gives cancer potentially. Rule one:
don't breathe because it causes cancer. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Quick
Especially
short
don't go to
story.
McDonald's.
Just a quick story here. So,
Uh-huh.
my aunt died from breast cancer. I didn't know her too well, but she and my mom are twins, identical twins. And so my mom enrolled in this identical twin study for cancer. And the questions they asked her were really weird. It was like, do you live next to X by X feet of concrete? Do you live next to a power substation? Do you live like, you know, it's like all this stuff that you wouldn't expect to be like a risk factor. And apparently it's a huge risk factor. It's really weird.
Imagine. Yeah. I mean, I always thought it would be kind of fun to live kind of underneath or really close to a G5 tower, but, you know, or 5G tower.
Apparently concrete is radioactive. It's like,
look, I just want to get my superpowers. Can we just work on that?
I don't think concrete itself is necessarily radioactive, but I think it like holds in a lot of radioactive stuff. I don't know. I mean, Raltz is really the expert on that stuff.
I don't know. I could look. I mean,
it has like very trace amounts of some kind of radioactive stuff in it, like radium. So if there's a large amount of it in one spot, it can be a minor risk factor.
Well, hell, aren't all of us working in office buildings and shit screwed then? Because I mean, we're basically surrounded by concrete.
Shit, my company built our office out of straw. They're like the Three Little Pigs.
Pretty much.
Oh, you kidding? I inhale mold release every day. I'm sure I'm getting some cancer.
Yeah, where you live.
Ironcaster's water is brown still.
Yeah, Ironcaster's water like has mutations growing in it, active ones.
Yikes.
You know, fuck you guys.
Gee, Monty, tell us how you really feel.
But yeah, that's that's a good clip from Landman from episode 4, and yeah, just about every single episode has got some kind of little thing about why we need oil or why oil is still good and all this kind of stuff. But they're good about telling you, or showing you that it's fucking dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the very first episode, they had 3 dudes get blown up when a spark hit a gas line on one of their on the Christmas tree at the bottom of a pump jack. And yeah, so that was pretty gruesome. In another episode, they had a dude who was standing on some metal field piping, for pumping out the wells and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy wasn't supposed to be standing on top of those pipes, but he was. And what happened? The pipes collapsed, fell on top of him, and crushed him to death because those pipe sections weigh 1,000 pounds each.
Yikes.
Yeah,
I mean,
oil.
Even the pouring of the concrete for those things, like once they start pouring that concrete, like they can't stop. And if you fall in, you're dead. You're gone.
Yeah.
They're not even retrieving your body.
Yeah. Well, you think about it. Okay, it's like, and I'm not making a crusade for oil or anything like that. I'm not a environmental channel or anything like that. But just to point out something is the fact that roustabout and working in the oil field is one of the few jobs that we have here in Texas that ex-cons can get. So yeah, where do you think all the criminals and stuff, or the ex-cons and the guys who served their time can't get jobs anywhere else? Where do they go? Oil field, because they can make a shitload more money.
And then they can blow it all on drugs and get arrested again. And
well, yeah, that happens.
The cycle of life continues.
Well, those guys get paid extremely well, but like they show you in one of the episodes, the oil companies have their own way of dealing with internal problems. They ain't nice.
Things have a tendency to disappear. Funny how that happens.
Uh-huh. But anyway, yeah, Ego, if you haven't started watching Landman, do it. You won't be upset.
Now. Yeah, me and Shiro finished Lioness, so yeah, we need another show, so we'll jump on Landman, man. Appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. And hey, Patty's Parlor. All right, so the big thing we were going to talk about tonight is, of course, the deal with Dave Bautista.
Yes.
And I actually got Shanatsky had a group meeting. Oops. Okay, so that's why he's out. All right. Good luck on your meeting, man. We know life is that thing that happened while you were making plans. But let me pull all the way back to the tweet in question.
Life also gets in the way of D&D games.
God, no kidding. I mean, it's like,
we're going to play D&D very soon, even if it's just online. Maybe even this weekend.
No, I can't make it. Oh, wait, never mind. Guys, I can make it. It's okay.
Seriously? Do I not have that? I thought I put that up in our channel.
Nothing but professionals here, folks.
We are so ready for all this stuff today. I mean, you would think. No, this is all the Big Trouble in Little China shit that we had earlier.
7.
And you're still wrong about that.
I don't know. Let me go see what IMDb says.
What does IMDb say? About Big Trouble in Little China?
Yeah.
You do that. I'm going to keep searching really quick. I'll try to be quicker. It would help if...
IMDb rating, 7.2 out of 10.
Well, IMDb can lick my nuts, because that's wrong. No, sir. It's a 9 at least. Because it's... I mean, think about it. All the stuff that happens in it is so... Well, okay. When I say that, I'm coming at it from the perspective of a gamer and a nerd, and that show had everything. It was so different at the time because we didn't really know that much about Chinese culture at the time, and that kind of opened our eyes to it a little bit, at least in a weird and crazy way.
To take this one step further, Rotten Tomatoes, the critics, 73%.
Oh, who cares what they think?
The audience, 82.
That's a fair rating.
82.
Yeah, it's an 8 out of 10. 4 out of 5 stars.
4 out of 5 stars. I don't. Ralts, what do you think?
Huh?
About Big Trouble in Little China.
Excellent movie, and everybody should watch it at least once.
See, there you go.
fair.
Maybe even
like it.
even sober.
I like it.
7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
It's a
It's,
9 out
I'd
of
rate it
10.
more than that. I'd rate it at least.
I like it. It was fun.
But anyway, here is the tweet in question. So, yeah, from Film Facts, Dave Bautista says he was never interested in being the next Rock. He said, I just want to be a good fucking actor, a respected actor. My man cooked and roasted Dwayne in 2 sentences.
No, he's wrong.
To be honest with, I just want to interject. Roman Reigns, The Rock's cousin, said the exact same thing. Just saying.
About Batista or about himself?
About himself when it comes to acting. And people took that also as a shot at The Rock. So I'm just saying he's not the only person saying that when it comes to wrestlers turned actors.
Uh-huh.
Batista's problem isn't that he didn't want to, it's that he couldn't. So
Couldn't
he couldn't be a good actor.
What are you talking about? Wait, hold on. What Dave Bautista films have you seen, sir?
Oh, he says he was never interested in being the next Rock. Well, the problem is he's not as good as The Rock, and The Rock isn't even all that good either.
I venture to say that Dave Bautista is a way better actor than The Rock.
Yes.
And actually, The Rock's problem is the fact that he is The Rock in every goddamn movie.
Yes,
and
he
is. The Rock actually has nothing left to do but wrestle now because everything else has gone to tank shit.
The Rock makes a ton of perfectly average movies.
Did any of you see the M. Night Shyamalan movie, A Knock at the Cabin?
I did not.
Okay, if you didn't see that, I'm gonna come out and say I'm not his biggest fan. You know, as an actor, he fucking annoys me. As a person, I don't know the man, so I'm not gonna make judges on him personally. Yeah, I am because what the fuck is the internet? But I don't like what he's put forward. But A Knock at the Cabin by It's a Twist. I watched that and I had my doubts. He sold that shit 100%. The first 15 minutes of the film, I am on the edge of my seat going, please don't rape and murder this little girl. Please don't rape and murder this little girl.
Can we please not say that word?
Okay.
Grr ape.
Please don't,
Don't grape. Don't grape her.
No, please don't do what I'm afraid you're gonna do to this cute little girl. Please don't do it. And I mean, he keeps the tension up and he sells the whole damn thing. And I'm gonna say it, The Rock couldn't, because he would have slid in camera as The Rock with his smarmy fucking expressions and his over the top fucking bullshit comedy, it would be like if what's his name, the fish chasing boat paddler from that movie with the retarded chick. What's that called? You forget the Moana. It'd be like if the dude from Moana jumped in. Go ahead, sorry.
Well, just you forget the part where he has to like raise a single eyebrow. That's the part he's paid an extra $1 million for. It's just that fucking eyebrow.
I think the time to show his range was going to be Black Adam, because I was like, okay, you're going to do the hair, you're going to do the ears, you're going to do the accent, which means at least I'll give you points for trying the accent, because we don't know what the fuck Kondakan accent's supposed to sound like, but we're like, hey, maybe somewhere in the Middle East, and he was 0-for-3, and I was just like, okay, you don't really care. And now he's trying to do this UFC biopic for A24 Pictures, which everyone thinks is a guaranteed slam dunk for an Oscar nod. I'm like, it is not. All I see is The Rock in a wig, trying to be 20 years younger. I was like, I actually wanted to see him. Like, they said he was supposed to be doing like a movie about like one of the first warriors of Hawaii, and I was like, I'll watch that.
Yeah,
I'll give you points for trying to do to Hercules, even though it was a terrible wig. I gave you points for that, but like he never progressed. Like, I can put Batista in Black Adam and make it make sense. There's no fucking way I can put Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Guardians of the Galaxy as Drax and it make any sense at all.
No, it would be The Rock as Drax in every damn scene. I'm gonna I'm gonna give him credit. I don't like him. You know, I don't like him. I don't like the shit he talks. But
I would say with his personally, I am okay with what Dave Bautista says because I believe that he believes what he's saying.
Yes,
I've never agreed. I was like, I can never tell what the Rock's really thinking or saying because all those responses sound canned and highly produced.
The Rock is saying whatever will get him his next paycheck, and we know it.
Right. Yeah.
True.
So I don't agree with Batista with everything he says. It's like, I believe that you believe what you are saying. At least I can talk with you about that. But go ahead.
Well, see, here's the thing. They both kind of jumped off of a similar platform, all right? I mean, this was Batista kind of at his hype level right there. I mean, the dude was just massively huge and cut, and he was like 6 foot something and bald and just.
I'm gonna say it.
Vicious.
Bring up. You have control over this, so bring up the trailer for A Knock in the Cabin.
I have the power to do that. The thing is, I have to download it to make it happen. But let me see. A knock at the trailer, huh? Or a knock at the door, or whatever.
The trailer. I'm not gonna trailer be hilarious.
Knock at the trailer. It's the trailer park version. But
knock at the cabin. The official trailer. Okay, let me see if I can get this.
Yeah, that's right. The Rock went conservative, and then got told to bend the knee, and he bended the knee to Taylor Swift and the rest of the left, and then just kept losing his spine as they purity spiraled him. Where at least Batista has come out and said, "I believe what I believe. Go fuck yourself. Eat a dick."
Yeah.
So I can not like the man, but I can give him credit where credit is due because I'm stoned and don't care.
That's so fair. That's so fair.
I haven't honestly seen anything that really challenged Batista as far as acting ability. Is one of the things that I have a problem with. Not really. I mean, Drax the Destroyer. A lot of people will say Drax the Destroyer, but I'm like, you could have put The Rock in that role, and he could have done the exact same thing because it's just a big, strong, funny man.
You could have put Pee Wee Herman in that role.
I do. Whatchamacallit? What name the funniest movie you ever seen The Rock in?
Let's see. Tooth Fairy was pretty good.
Yeah, but
hang on.
Okay, go on. I'm
thinking.
I don't think so. Okay.
No, you don't think so?
No,
never saw it.
No, you could. No,
what was the one? No, that wasn't funny.
I can't really think of one. I mean,
The Scorpion King. When he came out, that was goddamn hilarious.
Unintentionally.
That wasn't even terrible for 2000s CGI. Good lord.
That was really bad CGI.
And apparently, I watched somebody fix it, and apparently it was just the shading.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that was part of it.
It was that was all it was the shading. That was all it was. That and raising his eyebrow screwed up the facial mesh. Yeah, right here. I'm like, please don't kill this little girl. Please don't do what I think you're going to do.
Is he okay? Cerulean has just given away the biggest plot point right here. Is he supposed to be mentally challenged in this?
No.
No, she's like ever. She means ever.
Okay.
And Pain and Gain was as close as he got. This point on the Rock was actually funny.
Yeah, that was okay. I don't know. I think Rock's been generally funny in what he does. He's not like over the top hilarious, make me throw down laughing, but he's got moments. He was actually funnier when he was in the ring. But do you think she's like obviously dubbed, or is it just me?
I don't know. It might be just you.
It might just be me. Okay. Vloggers.
Yeah,
they're from the Church of Vloggers.
Maybe they're friendly.
Yeah.
But I mean, he actually pulled this movie off. I mean, I didn't think he could.
The only mistake that these two guys made is they aren't armed with any kind of firearm whatsoever, and they're in the woods, which is the dumbest thing you could possibly do.
Maybe they're Canadian.
Absolutely.
Maybe they're Californian.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna come out and say it. I got this on Vudu for $5, and I didn't think it would be any good.
Okay.
And me and my wife were glued to it the entire time. I quit bitching. 5 minutes into it. It was
Okay.
so stressful. My wife was like, "We need to go outside and have a cigarette and take a break. I can't take this." Oh my god! And he sells it. He sells his character completely.
So
It
far,
was
all I'm
not. It
seeing.
was not Drax the Destroyer hamming it up. It was this
Right.
deadly serious role, and you're like, "Okay, yeah,
That,
this is where we're at."
Well,
that doesn't sound like something that's too far outside of his range, though, because a lot of the characters he plays are bad guys, and that's kind of what they do. Is
I
they're
am
big and
not
serious and
He's
spoiling
believable,
this
though.
for you.
okay.
I'm not
Okay.
spoiling this for you. This was
Okay.
the twists in it are worth it. If you see it on Vudu for $5, or if it's on Netflix, do yourself a favor and watch this fucking movie. And
Okay.
Okay.
it sounds like
I
I'm
mean-
overhyping it, but you're gonna be surprised.
All right.
It, it seems like really the thing that makes him work best is when he's not saying anything, when he's not trying to emote.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
that human nature to kind of read onto someone and empathize and kind of push that emotion into the scene is
it worked
at
for
its
Bronson.
top. Exactly.
I mean, even in this, he's still just big, giant, muscle bound, bald, scary dude.
I mean, the thing is, like, I've met guys who look like this, who act like this. Like, it feels appropriate.
Yeah, I've never met anybody who's quite like this and all that tattooed and that beefy.
Yep.
But
I worked construction in Texas, so I met a lot of them.
I bet you did. Lid or something, but the little girl looks like she's CG'd into the show.
She does.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It might be. I mean, anyway, you can quit it right there. But I mean, when I saw it was Dave Bautista, I was like, "Fuck, here we go." And then 10 minutes into it, I'm like, "Oh please, oh please, oh please," And I'm not one to get wrapped up in a movie. Usually, I'm cracking jokes. And this one, I was like, "Fuck."
Okay. Well, all right. So here's kind of the crux of it, though, guys. This is Dave Bautista now.
Yeah, he looks like a less talented.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, yeah.
I thought it was Lou Diamond Phillips for a second. Damn.
Yeah, I thought it was Lou Diamond Phillips first time I saw him too.
He looks like if Kurt Russell had sex with Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yeah, he does. He's the love child of Lou Diamond Phillips and Kurt Russell.
And this coming from a guy that looks like the love child of Billy Idol and Gary Busey.
You kind of look like Gary Busey.
I really did. When I was younger, I looked like Gary Busey and Billy Idol.
Wow.
Wow. But yeah, it's like he's trying to go from that, or from his previous look, which was super dude, super buff, bald guy who wrestled and did MMA, well, one match anyway, and to this, and I kind of get it. I mean, I guess he, as Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he was already complaining. He said because that role was really hard for him because it was so hard for him to keep maintaining that physical mass.
Yes.
And go shirtless for all the scenes and stuff as Drax.
Yeah.
I believe it.
And as somebody that just spent some time in the ICU, I'm going to say your body can only take so much punishment for so long before it goes, you know what, go fuck yourself. And then you're in the ICU. So he decided to drop the weight, stop doing the roids, stop the insane physical perfection, and just be him. This is probably this is probably the first time that he's been in his real body.
Yeah, in a while.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and he seems happy.
I wish him luck. I don't like him, but I wish him luck. I mean,
I wish him luck. The thing is kind of like, I was telling Castor, it's like he's gonna have to reinvent himself, and he's gonna have to start taking his craft as an actor a lot more seriously because now he cannot get by on just being the big beefcake, muscle bound, scary dude.
You know what? We have some of the most phenomenal performances from people that we forget where they started out from because they had to reinvent themselves. And I'll throw one up for you. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise had to reinvent himself in the 90s.
Well, also speaking of reinventions, of course, let's not forget Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
crackhead.
Keanu.
Honestly, I will say this: if they casted him as Hugo Strange for the next Batman Pattinson movie, I'll watch it.
That would
I know-
that would kind of work.
Yeah,
There-
have you not seen? Have you not seen him look like Hugo Strange?
I can see it.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. I watch.
I want.
that.
I want to give him Grimm's the round sunglasses, and it'd be perfect. Have him shave his head.
No, I can think of a couple movies I could buy him in. But you know what? It's in actors reinventing themselves, we get some of those phenomenal roles. And like somebody else said, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves had to reinvent himself from Whoa to
Yeah.
and even the Matrix had to reinvent himself after the Matrix.
Yeah, he did.
So
Right.
you went from
And
going,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Whoa.
Dude, he's John Wick and Johnny Silverhand now.
Yeah.
He's so far removed from Ted Preston Esquire.
And then look at like Patty's Parlor said, look at Arnold. Arnold had to reinvent himself.
Damn, y'all gonna have to do a tier list of reinventions of actors.
We might end up doing it because we're already talking about doing favorite show, favorite movies and stuff like that. And like I said earlier in the chat, I was like, if I had to do a top 10 of my favorite films, most of them are going to be from the 80s. A few of them are going to be from the 90s, but pretty much it's going to be 80s and 90s for me all the way. Could be very few things made after 2000 that will make my top 10 list.
Okay, think of Tom Hanks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know he used to be a fucking comedian?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
That's all he did was comedy, and then boom.
Yeah, he became a serious actor.
Yeah, I think one of the best reinventions that we've seen in recent years, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Going from a very comedic role as the dad and Malcolm in the Middle to Walter White.
Yeah.
True. Okay, yeah. That is fair. He really did do a 180 on that one. I don't know. But the thing is like, do we really? Okay. The difference between Bryan Cranston and acting chops and Dave Bautista and acting chops is kind of like, the difference between standing on the porch and being inside the house.
I would say, have you seen I Spy 1 or 2?
I have not seen those.
Okay, if you want to see what he'd be like father figure wise, watch those. And the other one is Killer's Game. Now Killer's Game, that's not his fault because I think somewhere in the middle of the movie they tried to go from like dramatic to like comedic assassin like Smoking Aces. But the first half of it's really good.
Yeah.
Like the guy that he thinks he's dying and he starts to actually take his life seriously, and they find that he's not dying. He has to kill off the assassins. Like that's actually a good movie and shows a little bit more of his range without taking away the fact that he's a big dude that can handle somebody if needed. You should watch those. I'm basing those off of the last 3 Bautista movies that I saw to show like he actually has really decent range and he could get even better is what I'm saying. I mean, the fact that he was a Bond villain is enough, and that's way back then for Spectre.
Mm-hmm.
I give him credit for at least his agent's way better than The Rock's because the movies that he gets casted in don't take a spotlight, but they're there for a reason.
Yeah, another one that I think of is Robert Pattinson, who went from teen idol heartthrob to The Lighthouse. Very like holding his own against Willem Dafoe, one of the greatest actors of all time.
Yes.
I'll give you one that'll blow your mind even more if you'll remember. And Raltz ought to remember this. Leslie Nielsen.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because he went from being a serious, straight, hardcore actor to comedy.
Yeah, and some of the greatest and not just any comedy, but some of the greatest comedy out there.
Yes.
But what it comes down to is Bautista's agent and the script writers, and very little of it is in his hand. But we've seen enough. They took a chance on him with M. Night Shyamalan took a chance on him, and he showed up.
He did.
Yeah, I'm just not sure.
I'll give him a chance. But
I'll give him a chance
when he's on sale.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, let's be serious. I mean, it's like, one of the first things that got Arnold sold was Conan. And because to me, that was his big breakout role. But the other part of that is director John Milius, when he was making Conan, he understood Arnold Schwarzenegger's limitations of acting and speech and everything else. So he kind of rewrote that role around Arnold and Arnold's capabilities. I mean, like Arnold's Conan doesn't really have a lot of dialogue. He's all physical for the most part.
Same thing, yeah.
But that got him over. So I don't know. I mean, is Batista going to be able to get those same kind of roles with directors who are going to be like, okay, he can't really carry this part this well because he doesn't have the range, but
I think so. I think he will.
Okay.
I think they haven't really given him things that would be too overwhelming in what they're asking him to do.
I'd be willing to throw $5.
You said what?
Okay.
I said I'd be willing to throw $5. Sorry, I'm sorry I interrupted you. My
No,
brain
that's
is
all right.
actually my brain's running on lag because
So okay, no, I just think that whenever The Rock gets cast, it's something he tries to make it this big cultural event, and that's not all it really calls for. I mean, the fact that McFarlane got involved in the Red One to make this stupid fucking action figures should let you know enough. It's like, hey, it's a fucking movie about Santa Claus. Watch the movie. Batista, it's like I want to see him as an action figure. I know they got Drax, but if he ever was going to be Bane or even Hugo Strange, I'm buying that action figure if it just so happens to be there and not this cultural event. So when Batista gets a role, you're like, okay, I assume you're going to play this role, and I'm looking forward to it. Whereas
That's one of the
get a big thing.
That is one of the things that always crushed me about everyone who's ever played Bane, especially Tom Hardy. I'm like, I get it, that Tom Hardy is a better actor than Dave Batista, but Dave Batista would have been way better in that role.
He's so way better. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Yes, he would have been, because let's face it, because the actor was wasted. You couldn't understand his voice, and he wore a fucking mask.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't believable fighting Batman.
He was not. He's not.
Okay, I mean,
and that's why I can't fucking stand Christopher Nolan. Him and his I have hearing it's a goddamn nightmare every time his movies come on. I have to go in there like, hey, yo, you got the closed captioning box for Christopher Nolan? Yeah.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons, man, that's an awesome actor.
I like the Nolan Batmans because it brought it back from those god awful fucking 90s bullshit. Fucking drowned shoemaker in a puddle of fucking piss. I hate that bastard.
Actually, you know what? I was okay with it because it embraced the fantastic. They're like, hey, this is way too weird to be believable, so we're gonna make it as though it's not believable and it's his own thing. As soon as Christopher Nolan came in, for me, it's like, hey, Batman's here, but let's really pay attention to everybody else.
He tried to make Batman Heat or The Wire, and it doesn't work for Christopher Nolan to try and do something.
It does not.
I hated those ones with George Clooney.
Oh well, yeah, everybody
That's
did.
fair.
There's just the
That
one.
is fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much those first two Batman movies were really good. The ones by Tim Burton, because say what you will, but the first Batman reinvigorated the superhero genre back in the 80s.
They did.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, and it's actually my favorite one as well. I'll say for Nolan, his first two Batman movies were pretty good. That third one was so stupid as to be... I mean, I was sitting there in the theater looking at my friends going, this is insulting my intelligence. How did the entire Gotham police force to the man all end up in the sewers? How did they survive down there for all this time?
Gross.
And when they come out of the sewers, how are they completely 100% clean?
See,
I assume they're in the storm drains.
Yeah.
Even if they're in the storm drains, I mean, like, the assumption is like, or from the way that the story plays, they're down there for months.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they doing? Eating each other's feces and stuff? What are they washing? How come they come out and they still look clean? I go without a shower for like a couple of days, and it's like my hair gets just super duper greasy.
I cut my hair off in the ICU. I was like, you got to cut my hair off. This stuff is gross.
That's what happened.
I couldn't take a bath or anything, so I don't cut my hair. I just shave it off. They were like, well, we can't cut hair. I'm like, give me those.
So
See,
yeah,
that's because the first Tim Burton Batman, I actually don't like the second one. I think it's weird.
it is
But
weird.
It's because Tim Burton is a visual storyteller, and that's what Batman needs. Christopher Nolan is a vocal storyteller. The characters have to express everything that's going on in their heads with dialogue. And that's not Batman. Like in the first Batman, 89 Batman, there are long periods and shots of Michael Keaton where it just focuses on his face and his like emotion. Like you can understand what he's thinking, what's going on through his head. He doesn't need dialogue for that. And to me, that is Batman.
Yeah, he also didn't need to turn his neck either.
Yeah.
Hey, I had that Batman outfit actually, and yeah, the mask you can't turn your neck. But so I don't know. I guess the consensus on the panel is just kind of like we're gonna give Batista a chance and not just totally throw him out with the trash.
I liked him in Doom.
I'll give him a chance.
I didn't see him in Dune. Well, I saw him in the first Dune, and he really didn't do very much in it. And
He didn't do much in the second one either.
yeah, I didn't see the second one. And I'll just be honest, Denis Villeneuve or whatever his name is can he can suck all of the turds out of my asshole one by one.
Wow.
Consensus for me is that Batista or not, superhero movies suck. And modern sci-fi movies suck, and Dune sucks, and
Yes.
Blade Runner 2049 sucks.
Yes.
And I don't know when the best new sci-fi movie has actually come out. I can't think of one that was like a classic.
Since I don't know 2020. I mean, does Guardians of the Galaxy count?
No,
Because there's Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Guardians 3 Blue. I thought that was horrible.
It was horrible, but it was, the finale for the other two, and the other two were really, really good.
The best part was the credits because you knew this was pretty much the end of the Marvel universe. You didn't have to watch any more.
True.
True.
A lot of people say that what was it? The other one, the science fiction film that he did was what is it? The Arrival or whatever was really, really good, but I don't like him. I think he's overrated, and people who try to tell me otherwise can,
JP says Gravity was pretty good. I disagree. I think Gravity is terrible. And that's not from a Neil deGrasse Tyson a Reddit science perspective, even though the whole movie is completely inaccurate. It's just that I think the movie sucks. Like nothing happens in the movie except the one chick going from scientifically inaccurate scenario to scientifically inaccurate scenario, and then it ends. I hate that.
Like, I'm going down a list, and it is bleak. There's nothing here that stands out as sci-fi that isn't like a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Blade Runner 2049. We could make a whole episode, in my opinion, on why I think that's.
We easily could do that, but I'd have to bring in Gary from Pop Culture Minefield to talk on that one because he's a huge Blade Runner fan, just as I am. And
I've never heard of this movie, and I don't plan on watching it.
Don't.
I own it, but I'm not watching it.
As far I always tell people it's like there's only one Blade Runner movie. That's it. It's directed by Ridley Scott, and there's 5 different versions you can watch.
And if you want more Blade Runner action, there's 3 fucking books. Read those.
Yeah. There's 3 fucking books. I don't know about the Netflix series so much. I didn't really get much from that. There's some shitty comic books, and I mean they are shitty.
And there's plenty of old school anime that has the same vibe. Not the same, not exactly the same, but still has the same vibe.
Oh, you're not allowed to like Castaway. Now, I liked Castaway. I just didn't see Gravity.
I don't like Castaway.
I never watched Castaway.
That's very true.
What about
Gary
the
Oldman?
Very true.
Gary Oldman doesn't really reinvent himself, though. I mean, the guy is just a master actor.
He just puts on like a wrinkly mask of some historical figure,
and he becomes that figure.
Yeah.
Hello, Ultra American.
Don't mean to interrupt, but I gotta head out. But thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Wait. Left eye. Can I Can I keep you for just a couple minutes?
Sure.
Just a couple. Sure. Okay. Let's do this real quick then. Let's review the Kai Ale video. Because I don't think Left Eye's ever seen a Kael video. And
I don't
wanted
even
to
know
see
what
one.
that is.
There you go. Okay, well, a bigger streamer than me named Kael does raps that kind of sum up the news for the week. And I always like to go through these because they're really good talking points for us. But we'll go through it real quick. And
Sure.
Is the church layoffs are the steeple from the studio, but not the people.
yeah, so Intergalactic. We know it's going to flop.
Bald, flat-chested, lesbian, Asian, pander, bonanza, queer persuasion, absolutamente asqueroso, Hebrew homie signal virtuoso, Indiana Jones humbly revoked, digital goods security smoked, ex-Kotaku covered in skeet, cries online while we prep receipts, smash JT sued by an elderly lol cow, someone get Grandma her meds so she could calm down, racist liar, happy to sow discord, defend harassers, shocked by a reward, misinformed to control the narrative, 10-cent director, gum job imperative, try as he might for pegged cuck sobriety, druck suck hose of masculine variety, hypnotic in the sights of forspoken flunkies, how now Browns out present award to a monkey, Jersey drone high profits low, DEI IGN shown the dough, pro now failure absolute.
Wow.
There we go.
Oh.
That's pretty cool. Send me the name of this person. I'll be watching them more often.
Kael. I'll put it in the chat.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, he
And
is.
people ask why I haven't bought any new video games. I don't wanna.
Well, Kael is great. Like I said, he's a bigger YouTuber than I am by far. But if you go and you subscribe to his channel, please tell him T-Shirt had sent you, just so you know, because I'm trying to collab with the guy, and I really do like his stuff. I really do, and he's a really fun guy. I've hung out in his live streams before and given him some money, and yeah, you know, I'm a fan.
Ralts, if you were going to buy one video game that I recommend, Balatro.
Woke.
The what?
It's a roguelike with poker.
Nah, don't just ignore Ironcaster.
Roguelike, in the garbage he goes.
T-shirt, how many hours have you put into it so far?
That not nearly as many as I have Dungeons and Degenerates. Because Dungeons and Degenerates is blackjack, which is more my game anyway. But it also has a little bit of plot and story to it, which is something that Balatro doesn't. You know, because Balatro is good though, and it's extremely addictive. I will absolutely give it that. But you can see where Dungeons and Degenerates was really trying to kind of ape Balatro and then still pay homage to it. I could swear they were made by the same studios, by the graphics and stuff too. But you need to play it, Ironcaster.
Maybe.
Yep. But there you go, Ego. There's that's a bit of Kael for you.
All right, I am in now. Okay, I will say that. Tell them that T-shirt sent me.
All right.
All right, I'll catch y'all later. All right.
Take care, man.
All right, take care.
Later. So, all right, let's go through
Is
it. Let's
the
see.
church layoffs are the
Okay, so yeah, we already know that Intergalactic is going to be crap. And we know that Druckmann based this character off of his girlfriend, or his wife's girlfriend. Because, yeah. He did. He tweeted it himself. I'm not slandering him. I'm not, you know. I mean, he said it himself, so I'm like, okay. I wouldn't have admitted that, but okay.
And you know he deliberately chose that image right there so that he could snatch on the meme of Shazam drinking from a cup.
Well,
that and the tears.
Well, the other thing is, of course, with the comic book side of things, you had the milkshake incident, milkshake girls.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you look at those channel numbers, like all the trailers are getting ratioed to hell and back.
Druckmann is the dipshit that said the games don't have to be fun. I blame him. I blame him for most of this shit.
I totally agree with you.
Steeple from the studio, but not the people. Bald, flat-chested, lesbian, Asian, pander, bonanza, queer persuasion, absoluta.
I'm not sure about this.
Mente asqueroso, Hebrew homie.
So yeah, early Last of Us concept was discarded for being misogynistic. Okay. I mean, like that Cuckman, by the way.
I identify as not a customer.
Same.
Or oh no, I identify as non-binary.
I mean, I would have bought Last of Us if Last of Us 2 hadn't come out and neither one of them had been available on the PC for the longest time, and I heard all the reviews about Last of Us 2 and actually saw live play footage of Mauler playing Last of Us 2 and just decided I don't want to play this. Because, you know, they tried so hard to make you like Abby and convince you that she's a good person and that you should really like her. And I'm kind of like, you fail at every possible opportunity on this.
Well, T-shirt, now's your chance to buy it because it's coming to Steam.
No, I didn't. You know, I might have bought the first Last of Us on Steam, but I heard about it having de novo and slowing your PC down and having all kinds of errors on the very first day it came out, etc., etc. And I was just kind of like, you know, I can wait. Plus, the price tag was way too high for a game that's that old. Said the man who paid $39 for Red Dead Redemption. But,
I got
anyway.
I got Red Dead Redemption 2 in what's that called? Humble Bundle.
Well, I bought the first Red Dead Redemption when it came to PC because I've never played it, and now I want to. So they remastered it and brought it back out, and I need to get on that thing. But I'm going to have a couple of weeks off to do that. So anyway.
Signal virtuoso Indiana Jones hum.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a deal right here. That Indiana Jones game that came out from Bethsoft that everybody's actually saying is not bad.
Yes.
All the Steam keys that were given out through Humble Bundle have been revoked. So all those people lost their stuff.
What's their reasoning for it?
I don't know, but
that sounds like a fucking lawsuit.
It kind of does, yeah. You know, I like the quote down there. Dr. Jones, again, we see it as nothing you can possess which I cannot take away.
Yep.
It's all digital.
It is. The physical media is the key, folks.
Revoked. Digital good security smoked. Excotalk.
Okay. So yeah. Alyssa Mercante has been making a lot of news lately because she's feuding with Smash JT again. She's trying to sue him. And now all of a sudden Smash JT she fucked up bad because Smash JT finally got a war chest put together that's big enough to fight back with because enough people were on his side to donate to him and build up his money to fight back with. And all of a sudden, Alyssa is deleting tweets left, right, and center.
She has to because she talked all that smack about doing sex work and about sucking dick and everything else. And she made all those tweets, and she is trying to claim that she's never sucked a dick in her life.
Well, now she's deleting the evidence, and with the case going on, this is really looking bad for her.
Oh yeah.
Covered in ski.
You can't virtue signal that you were a prostitute and then bitch when somebody said you suck dick.
Yeah. I mean, quite literally.
Cries online while we prep receipts.
Yeah. She released that video of her just crying and crying and crying and being so upset. I'm kind of like, you started this. You were so smug, especially in this picture here. She was so smug and talking shit to everybody and all this. And now that the shoe is on her foot and the consequences of her action have come to look at her right in the face, now she's all upset and crying.
And I'm sorry, we've reached the point now where women crying doesn't really trigger what it used to.
Well, I mean, considering how awful most of them are these days.
Smash JT sued by an elderly lol cow. Someone get Grandma her meds so she could calm down. Racist liar. Happy to...
Yep. Is there a reason why many of you don't have your names and pictures associated on your accounts? Yeah, that whole time when she tried to dox everybody and infiltrate everybody's social circles and stuff and do all this stuff to, basically out all of the people while she was, working at Kotaku. and virtue signaling her ass off. Yeah. Good job.
So Discord defend harasser, shocked by a reward, misinformed to control the narrative.
Game Changer was the highlight of the Game Awards. So those Game Awards were a joke. They completely ignored Black Myth Wukong. Well, I should say Black Myth Wukong should have gotten Game of the Year. It didn't. Stellar Blade was completely ignored. And those were some of the hottest selling titles.
Well, don't forget Space Marine 2 as well.
Yeah, Space Marine 2, all these games, and the ones that were getting all the awards. You know, everybody who watched that thing thought it was a complete joke. I need to go and watch it myself just to see exactly what went down. But honestly, I don't have enough scotch and, enough of a need to self-mutilate.
No, if you're going to do that T-shirt, then I would suggest you go watch the D&D episode of Secret Levels instead.
I've heard that's really good. Is it not?
I don't know. I'm saying don't waste your time on the Game Awards. Go watch something D&D related in our, ballpark.
Yeah. Okay. Well, pop culture is our ballpark too, and video games are our ballpark too. So
yeah,
let's not.
Give 10-cent director gum job imperative.
Okay, this is the 10-cent director who's helping job seekers find roles in gaming. Yeah.
He looks like he's not allowed near a school, and he cries when he masturbates.
I am not allowed within 300 feet of a school.
He did the sex offender shuffle in Florida.
Oh, here it is. The Game Awards presented this guy as some humble YouTuber who was helping the games industry and didn't mention he's a director at Tencent. He literally works in IP acquisition. I knew his name was familiar, but I couldn't place it, and he's on my social maps. They made him seem like he's been self-employed and just helping people, but he's got to be one of the most powerful connections under the belt. Ah. That's the deal. Okay, so let's see what. Space Marine walked away with 2 awards. That is a video game. Yeah. I need to play that Space Marine 2.
I quit at one point because I'm like, I'm not here to play this over and over and over. I got like 15 minutes to play a video game, but then I went to the hospital. So maybe I shouldn't have doubted the game.
I'd like to show you a little preview of that guy's future.
Oh.
State of Florida, that's us too. Disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad, but now we're good. Moving into your neighborhood.
At least they have a woman on there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, but still. Wow.
Try as he might for pegged
I feel dirty. I must wash that image from my head. But...
Digital good security smoked. Ex-Kotaku covered in skeet. Cries online while we prep receipt. Smash JT sued by an elderly lol cow. Someone get Grandma Hamed so she could calm down. Racist liar. Happy to sow discord. Defend harasser. Shocked by a reward. Misinformed to control the narrative. 10-cent director. Gum job imperative. Try as he might for pegged cuck sobriety. Druck suck hose of masculine variety. Hypnotic in the sights of forspoken.
Yeah, they're going after Valiant, Renegade, and Hypnotic also. They've been attacking both of their channels and blocking videos and all this, trying to claim harassment and cyberbullying. And Valiant is, well, he doesn't know he's a friend of the channel, but I've been on stream with him a few times, and he's a nice guy. So I knew him when he wasn't so big.
Damn, I was an early subscriber.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're going after these guys.
And flunkies, how now Browns out present award to a monkey?
Yeah. I'm not sure about this whole New Jersey drone thing. What the deal is with the no flyer on the New Jersey drones.
I think they looked up and saw the sky.
Yeah. I just said that every house needs to have a CWiz installed.
So my theory, in part, is we're sort of seeing an effect similar to what happened with like the Corona effect, if you will.
Oh.
Back in 2020, when all the virus of undisclosed location stuff was going on.
Mhm.
The alcoholic beverage Corona had a
Oh,
spike
yeah.
in sales because people were talking about it, and as a result, everyone went out and started buying more Corona, coincidentally. And I think we're seeing in part a little bit of that as well here, where more people are talking about drones, and also because more people are starting to look for drones, they're starting to see them more. Kind of like when you buy a model car, and suddenly you start seeing that model everywhere. Well, now you're looking for it.
Okay. Now that actually makes sense. I mean, it's
And
like
I want it entered into the record that when LA suffered a massive power blackout at night a few years back, 911 was overwhelmed with calls because these urban bugmen looked up and saw the Milky Way and completely lost their shit and started calling 911 freaking out. So, yeah. Yes. They lost their shit.
Wow.
And I mean, can you imagine if they looked up and for the first time saw the sky?
It's kind of like that journalist, I think his name is Scott Pressler, who was flying over like the Midwest somewhere, and he looked down and saw farms, and he said, "Why are the farms round?"
No. He said, "What makes snow patterns like this on the ground?" And everybody went, "It's called a farm, you asshole."
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Jersey
hilarious.
drone
That
hype.
was like I said, one of my friends was asking, what they should do about the New Jersey drones, and I said, yeah, get a Sea-Wiz installed, no problem.
Profits low. DEI-IGN shown the
Yeah, the games industry is getting kicked in the balls as far as the layoffs go. I think they're at 70% losses at some of these companies.
It didn't have to be like this.
I believe the number that's being reported right now is like 35,000 jobs this year alone.
Yeah. And here's the deal, man. It's like, I don't want anybody to lose their jobs, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you guys were so smug when you were sitting there talking about, the new games that you were going to put out and how you were going to own the chuds and all that after we complained to you about it, and you still put them out anyway, and we didn't buy it. So you reap what you sow.
By the way, I have to make a slight correction because I was in fact wrong about the name. It is not, in fact, Scott Pressler.
Okay.
So, fact check, false.
Yeah, see, that's why we need Patty on here. Mm-hmm. He's busy.
Pro now failure absolute.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I stopped on it. But we already did the Witcher 4 thing. As far as Witcher 4 goes, I'm going to wait and see. I mean, yeah, those are just cinematic graphics. Hopefully the in-game graphics look better, but I mean, people keep trying to bring up the fact that, Ciri is in, kind of a lot of, she's an important character in all the books too, just as important as Geralt, so. And I'm not upset that Ciri is the main character. I just don't want the lore to get all messed up. But they said, oh, we're going to explain how all that works in Witcher 4, how she survived the trial of the grasses and she's going to drink the potions and all that. And I'm pretty sure it's all going to go back to she has magical elder blood, so.
And and of course, there'll be no struggle, there'll be no nothing because these people never do.
No, because it's Ciri.
It's the hero's journey.
Yeah, hero's journey.
Yep, you were just special all along.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I haven't done much of anything with The Witcher, so I really can't say that. It's like the only time I watched The Witcher was when you made me watch clips. T-shirt.
Yeah, I know. Some of them were good though.
Yes,
yeah,
but I don't. No, I was gonna say the racial makeup of modern day.
Oh,
Los
that
Angeles.
one.
Yes.
That was for the spin-off series, which it was terrible. But all right. Shall we close up for the night?
If you wish.
What do you think?
I just wanted to comment that I never watched much of the Witcher TV show, except for one episode that had the same fairy tale told in The Witcher, that was also in Jim Henson's Storyteller. I was like, huh, that must be some kind of like Russian fairy tale or something like that. The porcupine guy. But anyway, that's my story. Jim Henson's Storyteller.
Yeah.
Amazing show. Amazing show.
Amazing.
That just come up for me the other day.
All right. Well, those of you out there in YouTube land who are still with us, thank you for being with us. Hopefully we don't have to cut up too much of this video on copyright claims. And oh, hold on.
We have an objector to ending this show.
Do we have any objectives to ending this show?
No.
No.
Oh, and I'm saying you have an objector there with you.
I do. Yes, I do. So I need to run. So let's go ahead and cut things off and just say, hey, catch us on Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Till then, take care.